Men aren't angry because they hate the world. They're numb because the world doesn't need them to feel, only to perform. And once a man realizes he's valued only for what he provides, something shuts off.
Alright, for real, this is the last video that I'm gonna make, like, responding to somebody on this shit. But the fact that he just said, oh, I'm the culprit for men not approaching women anymore. Men are the culprit!
Women, number one, it is unspeakably unattractive to your fellow man when you have body counts that are 5, 6, 7, 8. Men do not want to date women that are sleeping around campus all the time. Period. They don't.
See, when I'm in a relationship, you know I'm in a relationship the moment I walk into the room. It doesn't matter if he's there. The way that I even so much as look at other men is a way that I know will represent him well. It's not controlling. It's not toxic. It's called respect.
Once again, men are expected to invest everything while women demand payment up front. Men are tired of the one-sided deals. I can't even say it's a deal, because it's not. Men are tired of that crap, man.
If your wife is angry that she's spending her entire Saturday cleaning, you can step up as a husband by reminding her that if she had been cleaning a little bit each evening the entire week, she wouldn't be in this situation right now. Make sure that you text her this advice from the bed. That way you can continue to rest. Flex on your wife with Sound Advice merch.
So I'm talking to my friends and they're like, no one's on dating apps anymore. I'm like, what do you mean? And they're like, we're all in run clubs. I'm just like, what? Yeah, forget about Bumble and Hinge. It's all about Strava. I'm like, what's Strava? It's a running app. I'm just like, okay, so I literally have to chase boys now. I'm getting my breath taken away. Literally. They even told me you can like run around to make a picture. You're doing a route without getting a route.
Men do not date. Dating is for women. And she calls it getting to know each other. Wrong. It's an audition. A lion does not schedule interviews with meat. He already knows he likes the meat when he saw it. What are you even talking about with the woman anyway? Please. Weak men date because they want approval. If you keep playing the dating game, you're just choosing to be evaluated. And the men who get evaluated rarely get chosen. Cheers.
What's going on, fellas? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let's get back to the video.
Men, I feel so bad for you. Like, you meet a female and she looks great. And by the time the end of the day is over, she probably will have removed her high heels of some sort, taken off her eyelashes, removed her makeup, took her hair extension off, removed her bra that had padding in it and her underwear / leggings that boosted her booty. And what you have left is a person you've never met before. You are to literally look at us and be like, what the fuck? Where'd that bitch go?
A lot of guys, they're just tired. A lot of men are opting out. And they're opting out because they've been through so many games, so much foolishness, so much nonsense with these modern women that really, honestly and truly, it doesn't, as they say, it doesn't even seem like the juice is worth the squeeze anymore.
Listen, I don't think submission is exclusive to men or women, but if you want to generalize, men are more submissive. They just are. Okay, women are way better leaders. They don't need to be told what to do. They don't like being told what to do. That's why in order to be submissive, they have to be oppressed with no rights, right? Men love being told what to do. They need it, actually. All right, that, like, no one respects a man in power like other men. That's why men are better soldiers, because they listen. They always got to be told what to do. How the f do you think you're a leader of a household when you can't even, like, take the trash out without someone telling you it needs to be taken out? Some of you can't even go to the grocery store without, like, calling your wife a million times. Okay? Women are not submissive.
You know, contrary to popular belief, men aren't scared to approach. Men just got tired of getting recorded, humiliated, rejected hundreds of times before she says, oh, well, you know, I'll give you a chance. You didn't clown me this whole time, but now you want to give me a chance because you're bored. No thanks.
I always find it so comical that men say women are so confusing and they really don't know what we want, but there's been play-by-play tutorials for them. Rom-coms have been going on for centuries. Do you know how many romance books are out there? And it's all written by women. There's a reason that these movies sell out. There's a reason these books sell out. All these rom-coms that we look up to, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, The Notebook, 10 Things I Hate About You. If you just were to sit down and like watch the whole dynamic of how men yearn for women, it's truly what we want. And men still are sitting here twiddling their thumbs going, I don't know, like they're just so confusing, I don't know. Yo, it's literally right there in front of you. You got the blueprint right in front of you, bruv. It does require to put a little bit of effort and let your ego down a little bit, which I think men kind of don't want to do.
Know how many men no longer open the door for women?
Well, who caused that though? Who chivalry? I think me personally, I think some women chivalry, because I'm gonna tell you why. Let me before you talk, bro, let me say my piece. The reason why I say that, because and I can have men that can attest to this. When men try to do those nice things, open the door for a woman, you know, slide her chair for her. These men are called, oh, he's too soft. Or when a man give women roses, he's too, bro, it happens. I have men that can attest to this.
Let me tell you something, brother.
I have men that can attest to
Opening a door is not something you do because you being nice.
No, that's something you do
because it's just something you do.
But I'm saying though,
you're not doing it for somebody to be grateful for. That's just in you, man.
No,
you know what I mean?
Okay, let me go back to what I said.
A lot of these modern women out here, like Kevin Samuel used to say all the time, are waiting at the finish line for a man to come and save them. They don't want to do any work. They don't want to develop themselves. They just want to go through, get a certificate from a couple of courses and say, I've done what I need to do. Now come and save me. Come and pay for my lifestyle. No, that's not the way it works.
The thing about a good man that a lot of women don't realize is that he believes that when a woman says no, she means it. And even if he's questioning whether or not she means it because maybe her body language or other choices just are not adding up, that man is still going to take the solid no because he's either respecting the boundaries of a woman that means it or he's not participating in the games of a woman that doesn't mean it but wants him to chase. It's really a win-win because a good man that knows his value, he's going to pursue a woman that he's interested in, but he's not going to chase because he believes that persisting after somebody that says no is extremely disrespectful. And because of this, the woman that says no but actually means yes, they end up keeping the attention only of men that don't think that it's disrespectful. And guaranteed, that is the group of women that years later are still asking, where are all the good men? Well, you filtered them out because good men, they will take your word and they will move on. Trust me.
Things like weight, how people look, we can adjust things like that. And height is just not important. People really act like they are fending for themselves in the Amazon. And you need a big burly man to be protecting you from all of the wild orangutans that are out to get you. That's not true. Stop talking about it's biology. It's just a biological need. A lot of things are biology that you do not do, like keeping your weight regulated. That's biology. It's a biological imperative for you to have a regulated weight. I don't want to talk about this today. It's a biological imperative for you to do quite a few things that you don't do. But all of a sudden, the biological imperative for you to have a 6 foot up man is now very important. The biological imperative for you to exercise. How about that? We never talk about these things, these biological needs. But you got a biological need for a 6'2" man.
Men are out here grinding all day and coming home and expecting to be wanted, coming home and expecting to talk to a friend. But instead, they get to the door and now modern women are nagging them, telling them, I want you to do this, I want you to do that. Men just get burned out. They get burned out. And it's not a life that men want to be around. It's not a life that men want to live.
Today be ready for a woman to cut all her niggas off. Like, hey man, I need to be the only nigga you talking to. And I just be like, hold on, wait, sit down, homeboy. Didn't you say you need a car? Say, oh boy, sell cars. Didn't you say you got a bald spot in the middle of your head? Old dudes specialize in haircuts. I can send you over there to go get a haircut. Tell him you my brother and he gonna hook you up. You feel me? Like, then you say you need a house. Old boy sell houses. I can help him, get the plug on the house. I can tell you my cousin. Like, niggas don't be understanding. We got plugs too. Like, you messing up the function of you messing it up. Telling me to cut him off when you know you need a house. Cut him off when you know that your car was leaking oil. I can send you up to the mechanic place and tell him to fix the oil. Tell him that you my cousin, brother, sister, cousin, baby daddy. Don't make me cut off my hoes, man. Come on, they for the team.
Most of these modern women say that gender roles are bad, say that they hate gender roles, but you'll notice that it's only when she has to do them. She wants him to provide. She wants him to be the protector, the emotional rock. That's not feminism. That's you wanting the benefits without responsibilities. And a lot of men have already seen you doing stupid stuff like that.
When a man truly wants you, his number one priority is to get you off the market. He doesn't just sit around like a sack of potatoes knowing another man could come and lock you down before he does. No, he gets the up and he does whatever it takes to make you his. I know a guy, wealthy, said he would never get married, thought he was big and bad, running around town partying, acting like a playboy. He came across a queen who told him, excuse me, I'm only available for marriage and I'm not going to be with a big drinker either. This man admitted to having a problem, got into AA, stopped drinking, and they've now been married for 3 years. His now wife stood in her standards and he made healthy changes to himself and leveled himself up because he wanted her. A man will do what it takes when he wants you. You don't have to convince him. You don't have to beg him. Your job is to not bend on your values and the things that are important to you, and trust that the right guy will show up ready to prove that he's worthy of being your king.
A lot of these men, even though y'all don't believe it, are understanding that this is a rigged system. This is a rigged game, and you're wondering, and that's essentially what modern women want men to do. They want men to continue, even though it's rigged, to play the game. Oh, I don't want to play it by myself. It's fun to play with somebody else, but you're always going to win. Why would I keep on playing and wasting my money when you're always going to win? I don't like that. Well, just keep on playing anyway. It'll make me feel better. No.
Hear me. When there's nothing left to figure out, there's nothing left to invest in. Attraction is not just about how much she likes you. It also involves how much she thinks about you when you're not there. And thinking requires uncertainty. It requires her mind to fill the blanks. So when you reveal everything too quickly, you remove the very mechanism that makes her lean in. Being not easy to read starts with emotional pacing. You match the stage of the interaction instead of jumping ahead of it. If you've only been talking for a few days, your energy should reflect that. You're engaged, but not invested. Interested, but not attached. Present, but not claiming anything yet. You're not saying things like, oh, I've never felt this way before, or you're exactly what I've been looking for. That kind of language creates pressure and collapses the natural progression of attraction. What you want to do is to let the connection breathe. Allow moments where she has to interpret you. For example, instead of over-explaining yourself in messages, texts, right? Keep things clean, slightly open-ended.
Just because someone is a good person does not mean that they are a good partner. And just because someone is a good person doesn't mean that they are good for you. A good man by societal standards is one that doesn't hit you, doesn't cheat on you, isn't verbally abusive. But to be honest, those things are the bare minimum to be in a relationship. And there could be so many other ways in which they are not able or not willing to show up for you as a partner. They might not be emotionally available. They might not be attuned to your wants or your needs. They might not be able to meet your wants and your needs. They might not be willing or able to contribute to the mental or emotional labor of running a household. Maybe the two of you just grew apart. There are many, many reasons why you might leave a quote-unquote good man. But you don't need to feel guilty about it. You don't need to listen to the people who say nasty things about women who leave quote-unquote good men. They have no idea what it's like inside your relationship, and they have no idea what kind of a partner that person was for you. It is okay to leave a good man because he might not have been good for you. And when you do this, when you get divorced, both people get the opportunity to find somebody who is a better fit for them, and both people get the opportunity to grow and become the person that they are meant to be.
Every man that I've gone on dates with that has been a masculine energy man, he's secure, he's confident, he's financially successful, they never ask me about my work, my job, my career. They don't ask me at all. They don't care. They don't care if I'm CEO or if I'm working minimum wage. They do not care. They maybe around date 3 will maybe be like, what do you do? And it's more like just kind of curious as far as like getting to know me. And it's usually like, do you like what you do? Do you like your...
Men do not fantasize about women who make 6 figures. Men don't care how much money she is making. They don't care what her career is. They don't even really care if she has a career or not. Men care about like 3 things. Does she do blowjob?
If it wasn't for women, men would just like sleep on a mattress on the basement floor. They wouldn't even bother to get a nice house or a nice bed or anything really nice because men just don't care about all of that stuff nearly as much as women do. It's really because of women that men are out there busting their ass to provide this luxurious, beautiful lifestyle for women. So yes, women are expensive.
Okay, listen, this is just a reminder that men are disgusting and they do not care about half that you think that they care about. They do not care about the little things that you obsess over in your head.
What's wrong with guys these days? I can never find a good man.
Maybe it's you.
Me? What's that supposed to mean?
I mean, since we friends, I can be honest with you. Sometimes you can be a little mean. And your conflict resolution, terrible. Every time a problem happens, you're running. And your emotional level of maturity is probably the lowest I ever seen. Like every time you get mad at a dude, you block him. And then after blocking him, you expect him to chase you.
Okay, well, there's nothing wrong with a little chase, all right? I mean, look at me. What you expect?
I mean, you look good, but you still need to learn how to handle conflict. You're supposed to talk through things, process them, And your choice in men, the most terrible I ever seen. Like, I never seen you date a good man. Every dude you dated was a player. Cheating on you every time, and then you be like, oh my God, I think I can change him. No, you can't. You can't change him. You gonna keep cheating, keep cheating, keep cheating.
Okay, I get it. Maybe I got some things I gotta work on, all right? Is that it?
Oh no, I mean, if you want some more truth, I can tell you. You're cooking, terrible. You don't even season your food enough, and it's just always a little bland, and that's not gonna keep nobody happy. And your attitude, look at you. Your arms crossed right now. Don't uncross them, cross them back. That's how you eat. You got an attitude problem.
I told him when it became serious, like, I take this very serious. It went so quick. And I told him, I remember when he asked me to be his girlfriend, I told him, I'm going to take this very serious. So are you sure you want to ask me this? Because to me, I never wanted to date just to date. And I think now with all of my friends, they love dating. They love the process of it. For me personally, I always hated it because I felt like I had to open up to all these people and get to know these people just for it to not work out. And it felt like a waste of time for me. So with Lucky, I told him when it became serious, like, I take this very serious. It's either going to end in marriage or we're just going to be done now because I'm not going to invest my time in you if that's not the ultimate goal. And he was like, yeah, we're aligned. And we truly were.
Is that always part of that?
No.
Oh,
which is really odd because I had a relationship before Lucky and I never felt that way towards my previous partner. I never thought about marriage. I never thought about long term. And I think it just was because I wasn't in love with him and it wasn't the right person that I felt like I could spend the rest of my life with. But then when I met Lucky, it kind of just clicked and I just thought we're either going to do this or we're not. And I think,
That's another thing. Women are too smart for their own good. When a man wants to have a conversation about what do you bring to the table, I think it's a stupid question. And at the same time, if your answer is, well, I have an education, I make this much money, a masculine man isn't thinking about those things. What are the non-tangible things that you bring to the table? And I think that a woman should be able to answer that for themselves. And most women can't articulate what it is that they bring to the table because it's not tangible.
What are the non-tangible things that women need to bring to the table? And what is the table? Can you define what the table is?
It's different for every man. I think that, and I've said this, and we went viral saying it, and people have bit it, stole it, tried to make it their own. And I was the first to say it, and I'm going to say it again. A true feminine woman that desires to be a wife, what she brings to the table is having the ability to see what the table table needs and then orchestrating what needs to be done to get it there. So as an example, let's say the table is going to need some carbs, it's going to need some meat, it's going to need some cutlery, it's going to need some wine, it's going to need some vegetables, it's going to need all these different things. If I don't have everything, I'm going to call my girl Lauren and say, hey Lauren, we're having this dinner over. Do you think that you could bring the stuffing? Then I'm going to call Athena and say, Athena, can you bring the green beans on the side? And then I'm going to call and make sure that we have a full total meal. It doesn't have to be me cooking everything. And I think that's another thing, especially in the Black community. We feel like we have to be the person to do everything. No, that is the point of community, to have tribe so that you're not carrying every single thing on your shoulder.
To the single women that constantly spew all over the internet, men can't handle a strong, independent woman. He's not afraid of a strong, independent woman, and he's not intimidated by a strong, independent woman. What he doesn't like is competing for masculinity within a relationship. And there's a big difference. You can be a strong, independent, feminine woman and get into a relationship with a man and still have a feminine side. But when you are a masculine woman and you get into a relationship with a man and you're constantly combative with him and competing for that masculine place in the relationship, that is what men don't like. And no, a man is not going to date a woman that sees herself as a strong, independent woman who acts very masculine, because he doesn't want a masculine woman. He wants somebody that is soft, that he can come home to, that he can lean into and melt into at the end of the day. He doesn't want somebody that he gets home and all she's doing is nagging and yelling the minute he walks through the door. And if he does one thing wrong, it's an argument. That is not what the man wants. And yes, he can handle a strong, independent woman, but she also has to be feminine. So there's a big difference there. So if you're still walking around in your masculine energy, feeling like no man can handle you, it's no man doesn't want to handle you. There's a big difference. Let me know in the comments below if you agree, disagree, have input. As always, like, share, and follow.
Some women keep asking me how to keep a man wanting them. It's simple. You make him feel like a hero again, because a man's desire for a woman is tied directly to whether he feels valued and respected by her. Men are meant to provide. They're built to protect. If he feels pointless, replaced, ignored, or unnecessary, he will shut down and leave. Not because he doesn't care, but because there's nothing for him to rise into. When you talk to a man, speak to the part of him that wants to step up. Say things that activate purpose in him. I love when you handle things. You make me feel safe. I trust your judgment. I feel better when you take the lead. This is not manipulation. This is masculine biology. Men bond through responsibility and usefulness. They want to feel like what they do actually matters and that you notice. So when a woman shows respect and appreciation and just belief in him, he feels like he can walk through fire. And it's not about praising everything he does and kissing his feet. It's about letting him know that he is needed. And kiss his feet too. And let him know that his effort is seen. When you make a man feel like a superhero, he becomes one. He rises, he commits, he protects, he provides, he invests. This is how you make a man want you. You speak to the masculine core inside of him, not his ego, not his insecurities, but to the part of him that wants to build a life with somebody who actually values him. Believe it or not, a man does not need perfection. He just needs purpose. And if a woman gives him that, he will give her everything he has. A man stays where he feels like a hero, not where he feels like a backup plan.
Social media and online dating, how particularly horrible it is for all of us, as we all know and experience. But in fact, it is particularly bad for men. If you have 50 men on Tinder and 50 women on Tinder, 46 of the women will give all of their attention to 4 men. On Tinder, a man of average attractiveness has to swipe 200 times to get one swipe back for coffee. And if the coffee date happens, 4 out of 5 of those said coffees will ghost him. For the first time in 275 years, a man or woman at the age of 30 is not doing as well as their parents were at 30. This is particularly for young men. Women overall, though, are progressing much faster than they have previously in society. Men are falling short of that. And if your instinct reaction is to say, well, they had the head start and the system was built by them, that is true, except when I begin to think about my brothers or my future sons. And the reality, the current situation is men are not doing well. And who wants economically and emotionally viable men the most? Women.
When you hear those numbers, I think that it makes you actually really understand the impact on the mentality of men and women when it comes to dating apps. Because the fact is that a lot of women that are like a 5, 6, 7, they truly think that they are a 10 because of social media and because of her experience on dating apps. It convinces her that she is an absolute.
Where in the world do the most chivalrous men reside? Here in Australia, anyone who's friends with me knows that I have a vendetta against Australian men. The level of manners and just general care towards women is so low. Here's an example. The other day I was on the tram and I was with River, my 3-year-old, and I had 2 big bags with me. I got on the tram and there were only single seats left. So I said to River, sit on that seat and I'm just going to stand next to you. And he was like, no, because he's very shy. So he didn't want to sit next to a stranger. So we went back and forth a few times. And then a guy a few seats behind me said, oh, here, take my seat and then I'll sit there and then you guys can sit together. Oh, thanks, that's so nice. So I didn't really think much of it. And then the woman sitting across from me was like, oh my God, we have a gentleman on the tram. I was like, yeah, we do actually. She's like, no, like we actually have a gentleman. I was like, yes, honey, you are so right. Like the bar is low. The fact that we are so surprised by this really small minor act of chivalry is crazy. I need to know where in the world, I mean, I feel like European men are just top tier. So what about American men? Are they like as bad as Australian men? I haven't been to America for a while. And do you know what? The last time I was in America, I don't think I really cared about this type of thing as much as I do now. Ever since I had a baby, I'm like, I can do something that you will never be able to do and you'll never be able to match. So yes, you will open a door for me. And yes, you will be polite and chivalrous and worship women because we are a jewel to be adorned, right? Where are these men?
You'll notice a lot of these modern women are popping off at the mouth, not even knowing what they talk about. Popping off at the mouth, saying crazy stuff. Men see that. Men understand that. You insulting them, you call, oh, he ain't a man, he's a boy. Men see that. They take issue with that. They say, oh, she's going to continue to respect me. If she's disrespecting me before the relationship, she's going to continue disrespecting me now. And they just decide, I don't need this crap.